Story 1. If you have never learned about infection control, consider yourself lucky. This knowledge is a curse. Everything is dirty, gross, and unsanitary. Thankfully, my animal urges help me to disregard a lot of stuff. But I always keep a bottle of hand sanitizer near me, as well as water to rinse. Story 2. Buffets. My husband needs a kidney transplant. Afterwards, he will be immunocompromised for life because of the anti-rejection drugs. They gave him a list of things he can't do again after the transplant, and eating at a buffet is on it. Even one that has a sneeze guard, even if it looks clean, even if it's vegetarian. No more buffets, Jimmy. Story 3. Not washing their hands every time they use the restroom. Even if you haven't actively gotten urine or feces on your hands from yourself, you have touched dozens of things that other people with urine or feces have touched before you by entering that room. Also, this is your chance to keep your hands clean from the thousands of other surfaces, doorknobs, and light switches outside the bathroom. Story 4. 1. The filters inside your dishwasher should be washed frequently. I wash or scrub mine once per week. 2. The kitchen sink strainer or stopper can be disassembled, and you can clean the upper part of the rubber stopper, which will make you gag because it is so scummy. Story 5. Not washing your hands after cleaning out the cat box. It doesn't matter if you don't touch the peed on or pooped on litter, it's still disgusting. It's the same kind of feeling as using a toilet plunger or toilet brush. You're only touching the handle, which doesn't usually get dirty, but you have the instinct to wash your hands anyway. Story 6. In the 6th grade, we were tasked with going around our school using a cotton swab to collect bacteria samples and seeing what grew on a petri dish. People immediately went to the bathroom and began swabbing toilets, urinals, floors, sinks, etc. Turns out those were some of the cleanest places in the school. Those petri dishes hardly grew anything. The dirtiest? In order, drinking fountain, phone receiver, and the inside of somebody's mouth. The drinking fountain news reached parents and they demanded answers. Turns out the drinking fountain wasn't properly cleaned since ever. The janitors used a stainless steel polish to clean it, and that doesn't really kill any bacteria. Story 7. The kitchens in many of the restaurants where you eat have been indirectly connected to commercial kitchen hood cleaning for decades. I have been out on jobs with the team that cleans them. I have seen sticky, grimy floors in kitchens. Taco salad bowls stored, uncovered, on top of refrigerators. Packages of hamburger buns stored in bathrooms just off the kitchen. Rats have drowned in buckets of grease. Grease in the hood vents that hasn't been cleaned in 3 months. I have seen some restaurants that were gleaming with stainless steel and were spotless. However, I have seen a lot more where I would never set foot in as a customer. Story 8. Here's something no one thinks about. Luggage. You're dragging your suitcase and maybe an attached tote bag across sidewalks, floors, maybe even airport bathrooms. Then what? Handling them when putting them in the overhead bins on the airplane, which makes the bins pretty gross, too. I'm still shocked when I hear people say they set their luggage on the hotel bed. Airplane seats are gross, too. Nothing gets sanitized between flights, so there could be all kinds of germs on the armrests, tray tables, etc. I've seen people put their bare feet on the tray tables. The other day, as we were deplaning, the girl next to me got up and her seat was wet from crotch sweat. Story 9. Doorknobs, handles, faucet handles, the backs and armrests of chairs, and the underside edge of chair seats, water fountains, elevator buttons, escalator handrails, oven, dishwasher, and refrigerator buttons and handles, condiment bottles, salt and pepper shakers, cupboard handles, garbage can handles, napkin holders, grocery carts, canned and boxed goods, sealed meats, all produce, ice cream cones, and more. Anything hands touch. Just pay attention to where you all touch. You can probably safely assume that the person who touched it before you had filthy hands. Story 10. New clothes are often made from fabric that may be dusty or has been stored in a dirty warehouse. After being made, these clothes might then be stored again in a similar environment, potentially exposed to pests like rats or bugs. Furthermore, they are handled by workers who might be sweating and have unclean hands as they load the clothes into various containers or trucks. Moreover, if you purchase clothes from a store, there's a good possibility that you might not be the first person to have tried on that item of clothing. In short, when you acquire a new item of clothing, It's wise to wash it before wearing it to ensure cleanliness and hygiene. Story 11. Fun fact: mammals' sense of smell is based on particulates. This means that every time you smell something unpleasant, it's because you have tiny microscopic particles of that substance all over the inside of your nose, as well as on the rest of your body, clothes, and possessions. Cheers. Story 12. From a previous post: only washing your hands if you defecate. What the heck? You touch the flush button, toilet paper, toilet lid. There are so many bacteria and viruses that could cause disease that live in your gut. And you think it's okay to not wash your hands? Gross. It's a bathroom. Absolute animals. Story 13. Any and all goods that are made in-house at grocery store delis are culprits, especially chicken or protein salads and mixed salads like slaws and kale salads that are pre-mixed. The choppers that cut the meats for the salads have parts that are extremely tiny and easy to miss when cleaning them. You'd have to hire a staff of people obsessed with cleanliness to ensure it's deep cleaned after every use. Sadly, it's never the case. I've worked in so many different prep kitchens, and 99% of them have had dirty, gunky mixers and choppers that no one cares to clean thoroughly. Salad dressing containers in salad bars are the same. No one has brushes to deep clean those things, and I guarantee they're just hit with the handheld sink sprayer and dipped in the sanitizing water, and that's all. Oils cling to plastic containers. If you walk back there and grab a clean salad dressing bottle, I guarantee you'll feel grease on the inside from hundreds of refills. If you think you got sick from the food you ate at a fast food place, it's going to be from your foods with dressings and sauces. Story 14. Soda bottles and cans, specifically the single ones you purchase from coolers or shelves, are shipped on open pallets with just a bit of plastic bundling them together. They are covered in dirt and dust. The fact that we do not wipe or wash cans off before putting our mouths on them is gross. Former PepsiCo merchandiser. Story 15. Splashback from standing up and peeing. For my fellow dudes out there, there is so much urine that makes it out of the toilet as a result of the impact of the urine, and dudes do not seem to give a damn about it getting all over their shoes, pants, and lower legs. It amazes me that more guys do not just take a seat to avoid the inevitable splashback. Story 16. Lemons in water at restaurants are never cleaned on the outside and are handled by numerous people, then dropped in your water with all the accumulated filth on the peel. When was the last time you saw a server or bartender clean a lemon? Never. Then it goes right into your water. Story 17. Casual sex, such as engaging in sexual activities with someone you just met through an app or at a club, involves not knowing their health or hygiene status, yet you still consider engaging intimately with them. It's concerning that some individual standards are so low that they would engage in unprotected sex with a hookup. Story 18. Soda fountain ice chutes are absolutely filthy and moldy. No place you have ever been to disassembles and sterilizes them nearly as often as they're supposed to. Look into the ice chute next time. You'll think twice about drinking soda from a fountain. Story 19. Ladies, if you bring your bag inside the public bathroom stall with you, don't set it down on the floor, especially if it doesn't have little metal feet. Many of us don't realize how dirty the floors in bathroom stalls or public areas actually are. In some cases, the floors are more bacteria-ridden than the toilet seats. Story 20. Carpeting. I do not care how much you vacuum, how often you steam clean, or how little you walk around in it in shoes. It is impossible to get truly clean, and in most cases, it is many years old. A huge selling point for my house was that it had no carpet that I would end up ripping out. Story 21. The handrail on escalators. When I was younger, a friend's little sister was wearing white princess gloves at the mall and was standing at the bottom of the escalator with her hand on the rail as it rolled up and up. She took it away a minute later, and her palm was completely black. I haven't touched one since. Story 22. Your cat or dog. Those paws making biscuits on your lap? They were scratching litter over their excrement a few minutes ago. That tongue giving your face a wash? That was licking behinds a few minutes ago. People forget that pets are bundles of germs.